YouTube, what's going on? Horse Racing Gamer here. Welcome back to Gallop Racer 2024, aka 2004. We're getting started. Two grade ones here today. Lots on the line, lots on the line. Well, kinda. Kinda yes, kinda not. Being a little bit dramatic there. Forgot to add Eastside Band's win to her grade one tally. The last time out. That was another one at 12. So she has 3 at 12. So she's only halfway there to the lawn champ title. I think in the last episode I said she was like really close. Yeah. 3 away is not really close. It's literally 50%. Anyways, Lockwood's going to be kicking off the GWS Sprint officially here today in the first race of this championship series in the Queen Mile Stakes. Running 8 furlongs. Final Movie is the favorite. No, she's going to be tough. She's always tough. Glorious Society, another decent horse. Silver Bird. Got our work cut out for us. So here's Lockwood. You guys get a look at him. You're familiar with him. Winner places are goal. And here are his stats, at least. Mainly on the front side of things. He's okay. Like, he's not bad. He's also not, like, super elite. I thought for a potential chance he could be elite, but realize I think he's just a really strong double S horse, but I would not put him super like elite tier. Now, granted, he has 5 grade 1 wins at a mile. If he wins this, he gets his mile champ title. So he's really a strong miler, even though his distance is 9 to 14, but I've obviously been able to win grade 1s at the mile distance a lot easier. I will try him at the longer distances here, but yeah, really strong miler for this guy. Beautiful Lockwood, ready to try to stamp his name and win himself a GWS Sprint title as well. Granted, I thought he won the GWS Sprint last year, but I think he already has a GWS win. Don't quote me, I could be wrong. I'll have to double check. In the last episode, I was talking about our filly Extreme Kick. She's daughter of Secretariat Formal Opera, out of Toxic Blonde, I should say, by Formal Opera. And she wants to run more as a closer, but she doesn't have a good response rating. Lockwood has a much better response rating, and he's a true closer. He wants to be in last place, and it works for him. So I'm keeping him pretty far off now, which is fine. I'll move him up a little bit. 5 furlongs left to go. Just came straight out the chute, going down the entire straightaway here. And we'll be ready to strike here pretty soon. Okay, just get him on a nice little incremental move up to the top here. Okay, here we go. Let's get him going. Oh, no. Who is smoking us? Who is that? That's Final Movie. Absolutely destroying us. Lockwood has plenty of stamina, but I don't think I was going to beat her today at all. Still trying for that place goal. There's Stretch Burst. Finally, we need that P2. Coming back a little bit too late. Final Movie's too good, man. There's no... I mean, I need to win that if I run like a perfect race, but she's... I mean, I love Lockwood. She's definitely a better horse, in my opinion. Now knowing where Lockwood really stands. Not a great spurt run, but yeah, I suppose if we tried to win that head-to-head initially without giving Final Movie the go-ahead, I don't know if we're winning that. I still don't. Like, you notice I sigh and just kind of grumble every time I see her name pop up in a race because she makes it very... She's a good horse, so it's never a sure thing for me against Final Movie unless I'm on an Eastside Band or another horse that really just has a significant clear advantage against her. It's not a lot of those horses, but we've had them. So, yeah, not ideal. Second place, though, so we will have points. But again, we're going to have to compete against Final Movie for that title if that's what we want. Might be a little bit easier said than done, but... I mean, yeah, like, she's a true miler to me. You know, Lockwood is... I'm technically supposed to be running him a furlong longer than that. And that's the race where he catches Final Movie. But if it's just an 8 furlong sprint, I think she's the fastest between the two. Anyways, London Prince Stakes here. Moving on to another grade 1 here with Storm Owl. Expected to finish 4th. Pretty competitive field. It's field of 10. 7 horses can realistically win this race, and I wouldn't be surprised. Big Monster, Large Flag, and Runaway Reason. Those are the long shots. The 1 horse, the 4, and the 6. Everybody else has a shot. And wouldn't surprise me if somehow we can't win this race. One of those other horses that aren't the top favorites end up winning. Now, just as quickly as Storm Owl again hit his peak, he's already on the decline. Golden Boy out of Chasing Hearts here. And he's showing better form. Finally, 2 grade 1s at 10 furlongs, 2 grade 2s, and 1 grade 3. So, let's go, my boy. Just get a good result here today. No real pressure, top 4. It's going for the win always, but if we can hit top 2, I think that'll be decent. See how it goes. See how it goes. Come on, Storm Owl. Oh, gosh. Let's see if we can get this done. It's an okay start. Not super ideal. I would like for him to break a little bit better towards the front, but it's not going to take a whole lot of adjusting to get him up there, so it's not a big deal. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. So I said to myself I wasn't going to do that in my head, and then I just couldn't help it. Couldn't help it. Pretty catchy Gallop Racer music for the most part. I think most of the games have a couple of songs on there that are decent. Why are you going off? Sorry about that. Yeah, it must not be that important. Sometimes when in the moment of like doing work or something else, kind of work, non-work related, I'll set an alarm just to remember to check something, but it's not always mandatory. It's just kind of like, oh, if I remember to check it, check it. If not, I'll get around to it tomorrow. More so of like, if I have free time to check it, that's kind of where it is. I actually wasn't anticipating on recording today, but I realized I'm going to need a video at some point. Go, Storm Owl. Go, brother. He's got grit. Don't overwhip, Eric. I'm definitely feeling the sensitivity is throwing me off with my controller because the buttons are... I don't have to really press them that hard. The 2 horses trying to rally. Storm Owl trying to hold him off. Can he do it? This would be a huge grade 1 win. That's Zamora. He's grinding down to the line. Oh, just got us. He just got us. Come on, man. I feel like that's been half of the story of Storm Owl's career. Like, we're so close to winning, and then there's nothing I can do, and we just get nabbed at the line. Rare Emerald just beats us with the Mora in the saddle. First of all, Rare Emerald's one of the top 20, top 30, depending on how you want to rank double S horses, you can get and race with in this game. Like, 100%. I would consider Rare Emerald elite. Wouldn't you? Like, relatively, maybe not like the most elite, but like he's definitely up there. And to almost beat him in a race like that in Sparking Nova, these horses are statistically way better than Storm Owl. Like, way better. That's a heck of an effort, man. I'm not getting the wins today, but like we're not losing these races on bad merit for once. Like, I'm getting there for the most part, and the AI are just beating out because I genuinely do believe their horses are slightly better than the ones I've been racing on. I 100% feel Final Movie's better than Lockwood by a little bit. She's much faster at a mile. And without a doubt, Rare Emerald's one of the best double S horses in the game you can race with or compete against, and he beat Storm Owl, who's only an S-ranked colt. Like, yes, I think we're actually doing fine, at least starting today and with the last 2 races considering. So again, this is going to be hard for Lockwood to win. He may not be the best suited for it. Storm Owl in this race with the turf, this series, with the turf, beat Sparky Nova in the race we just literally ran. So there is a chance for Storm Owl to actually be a GWS turf champion. Had no intentions of that, but I think in that race he showed he can actually hang. So I'm going to give him a shot, man. He's so close. He almost won the second cup. He's so close to winning at 10 furlongs. What do I do? That's perfectly right in between where he wants to run. He has great heart too. He held on. Man, I don't know what else he needs. I just feel like he's just missing out at the end. Like, he doesn't have like fantastic stamina. 69 is okay, but like he would need, in my opinion, like 80 or 81, a stat like that, a number like that, for me to be able to get him going a lot earlier and to hold out and win these races. He doesn't have the stamina for it. I would gas him. So man, so close. So close. Genuinely. Yeah, that's a bummer. Nothing I can do, though. Like I said, those are two good races against two really good horses I lost against. Lockwood maybe could have done a little bit better. There's really nothing for him, grade 1 wise. I'm just gonna have to toss him in a graded stakes race, maybe in like July or something. But again, there's nothing for him. August? Anything? Dirt races. He's not a dirt horse. Grade 3. He'll have a slight handicap. Not too bad. I think we need a win. I would like to get him a win. And I want to put him in a race I know he's capable of winning. I'm going to run him in this grade 3. Slight handicap. It's okay. It's not too bad. We can win that, and then we'll be ready for hopefully our next grade 1 challenge. Lockwood, not feeling too well. Just weird. His health, well, yeah, 42 health rating. Never mind. I was going to say his health rating isn't that bad, and yeah, it's like 42. That's pretty bad. I just want him to become a mile champ. Like, he's right on the edge of that. I don't know if he has titles. He doesn't. I thought he has no titles, so have to get him the mile champ title. I don't know how. I mean, I know how. I need to win, but you guys know what I mean. I'm going to save him for the Super Mile Cup in August. I don't qualify. No, not the race I was trying to run him in. Here, thank you. That was weird. Okay. Lots of races here. Now, 7. This is going to conclude the episode. It's a long stretch. So let's just go ahead and get to it. Nope, not challenging you. Who are you racing me with? Scotch Glory against Rapid Blade. What is the point in these things? Can somebody tell me? What's the point? What's the point in accepting that invitation? What do you get out of it? Do they give you actually really, really good horses you can't unlock any other way? Because it just feels like such a waste of time and an unnecessary extra challenge to add that could possibly cost you losing your horse at some point down the line. Like, why is that worth it at all, honestly? Honest question. I'm not making fun of it. I'm genuinely trying to understand. What is the point in doing jockey challenges, rival challenges? What do you get that's actually worth the time and worth the potential risk of not hitting your goals in your races, which then also increases the chance of you losing your horses? I'm just saying. Anyways, Irish Hill. This is a project horse. He has a long way to go in his growth chart. This is just a race I have to run him in because he hasn't ran in a while. He's a little bit antsy, as expected, but he'll be all right. He's ready to go. He has a great leg type, and I think he has really good endurance. I think so. And he can run on both surfaces. So, as long as I use him with the right broodmare, should get some decent horses from him. I have to admit, this particular Gallop Racer song is giving me, like, I don't know, Disney vibes, and I like Disney. At least I like old Disney. Not necessarily new Disney, but the classic Disney that I'm sure a number of people grew up on. I like that Disney. Anywho's, yeah, that music just didn't have me feeling in a race mode. It's like the twinkle, twinkle, tingle wheel. Like this is not lullaby. This is not fairyland, lullaby time. I'm trying to win a race here. It's like, why would they? I know that's like a menu music type of. I think it's from Gallop Racer. Yeah, 2006, obviously, but I think it's when you're creating a horse or you're looking at a race or something. Okay, I need to get out. 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 There's no space. Irish Hill's response is slow. There's nowhere for me to go. Gosh. They're just all racing across the track. I'm going to have to bully somebody out of the way. Switch. Move. There we go. Oh, nice. Irish Hill on a drive here. Half a furlong left to go. What a run here from Irish Hill. He's going to finish in the top peak. Irish Hill may have just won that race. Whoa. Irish Hill may have won that race at the line. And yeah, that's Irish Hill dub. Wow. Well then. I don't know if I've actually won a race with Irish Hill yet. That may be his first win. And that's my first win in 4 races. So, Irish Hill getting it done in the open allowance. Running 8.5 on the dirt. 5th favorite, finishes first. Look at that top 3. What would those have paid? Look at the trifecta. The trifecta off of, I assume, a $2 trifecta ticket from my wagering heads. That would have paid $739 if you had this trifecta. Because, come on. Outside of the 10 horse finishing 3rd, you have 2 high-priced horses finishing in the top 2. Big payoff there. $2 exacta would have won you 66 on the, $2 exacta would have won you 66. So you put $10 on that. My goodness. Wow. What a win. What a race there for Irish Hill getting it done. Pretty convincing fashion. May I add as well. That race looked like it was over when I couldn't find room in the stretch. Finally, a new controller has allowed me to be able to find the gaps that usually I struggle with because the directional movement on my other controller is just, let's be honest, worn out of function. Not out of function, but not functioning at 100% because it's a super old controller I've had for like ever. Delta Dream, up in this grade 3, running 7 furlongs. I'm just putting him in these races until I can retire him. Which I suppose I could technically do at any time. There's probably a stud back there I can retire as we speak. So this might be the last race for Delta Dream, if that wasn't my intentions already. Yeah, he's been awesome. From the late great Secretariat out of Pink Gemstone. Super tough, gutsy, not much else to Delta Dream. Simple guy, simple dude. And he's still really good on the dirt. Not at the grade 1 level, necessarily. Granted, I mean, technically I could win a grade 1 at this with these stats with him, but there's no point to try. He's already won his dirt titles. He's a GWS Hall of Famer. So there's really nothing I feel like I need to do with him. And I've just been racing him in lower graded stakes races because, yeah, he's not a turf horse. Not going to try him out on the turf. I tried a couple of races. He surely did not perform as highly as he does on the dirt. So I just realized, like, not worth putting him in the turf. He has the flexibility in his chart, but not a strong suit. So with all that being said, again, I feel like I've achieved everything I've needed to accomplish with him, and I don't really see the need to put him in higher staked races because there's not a lot of dirt titles in this game you can chase with a dirt only horse. You know what I mean? Like, unless that horse is like an East Side Band type of horse on both surfaces, you're only going to be able to chase GWS Dirt all-rounder title maybe, and then a GWS Hall of Fame title. You know, like, dirt horses kind of get disrespected in this game, but I get it. It's more of a North American thing. And maybe some other, obviously, regions. Dirt racing is the primary form in North America, but other parts of the world, I think, is turf. And we just need to finish top 2. Whoever that is catching us, Inner Society, just going to smoke us for no reason at all. The horse wasn't even supposed to win. And I'm over-whipping. Oh, over-whipping too much. And, oh, man. Just cost us a second place finish. Gosh. Over-whipping has been my crutch. No, it's been my kryptonite in the last 2 episodes. And that's not ideal because, like, this is a stretch of 7 races. Could you imagine if I lost him and I had to redo all those? I had it secured. I don't even know why I whipped. I've been doing that. It's really, really a poor habit. It's really a poor, poor habit of mine. I should not be continuing. And I promise, like, it hasn't happened until I started with this new controller. I don't, it's got to be the sensitivity. I talked about it in the last episode. I'm not going to harp on it here, but I've never overwhipped this much while playing. It's really, 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 really frustrating, but that's my fault. Rapid Blades up in the Grade 1 Caesar's Cup. She's the favorite. Finally. I really want her to work, but Perfect Voice is a very good dirt horse. And that horse is going to give us a challenge for sure. There's Perfect Voice. Yeah, really good dirt horse with really good response. But Rapid Blade, I think she's ready, man. Yeah, I think she's ready. She doesn't have a great heart rating, but she's a front runner. I just need to keep her comfortable out front, and she should get the dub. Ugh, man. Just goofy, foolish mistakes. I have to tell myself maybe out loud. No more foolish mistakes, Eric. It stops now. It stops now. Because, man, the over-whipping is just, it's killing my horse's momentum, obviously. And it's not even a thing I routinely do in this game. I don't just lay on the whip. I talk about it all the time. I don't know why I'm doing it outside of the controller. I'm just overthinking it, clearly. Overthinking is also my kryptonite. If anything, that's probably my main kryptonite. Overthinking some things that I don't need to be doing that with. Yeah, it's just frustrating. That's like, I think, 4 races from the last 2 episodes that really should have been wins that aren't. And yeah, I finished like 2nd or 3rd, so it's still money place finishes that are going to count. But again, like, instead of maybe getting whatever the RNG percentage boost you get for winning is, let's say it's just 20% extra. That's extreme, and I don't think it is, but I'm using that just as an example. Let's say it's 20%. And then if you finish in 2nd, maybe you only get 10% of that boost. And if you finish in 3rd, you get 5. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to hurt my horses to the point where they're not going to be able to breed successfully or anything and give us good horses. But in regards to the actual boost that we could be giving our future horses when we breed with them, that is where I feel like I'm messing up. And I think I need to be more conscious thinking in that way. Because races we're supposed to win or supposed to finish higher and I don't finish higher, that's technically a failure. And that last race, 100%, was a failure. We're supposed to finish top 2 and I finished top 3. But again, that will be his last race most likely anyways, and I'll just have to replace whoever is necessary to replace. Okay, it's cruise control here with Rapid Blade. I don't really need to do much. I think she should be able to hold out, give her a couple taps on the whip here. Field's kind of trying to charge here. Rapid Blade might have it. Rapid Blade, for the first time in her career, is going to get her first grade 1. Finally. Finally, she does it. She has proven she can win at the graded stakes level, the highest of the graded stakes level. She wins a grade 1, and she wins an international grade 1. Or, no. No. This is the Caesar. Well, yeah, technically, Tokyo. This will be international for me, at least. She gets it done. Caesar's Cup. Finally. I was waiting for that so bad. I was hoping she could do it because remember, she's been a slow developing type of horse. So early on in her career, I was worried I was actually going to lose her. And she crushes that field by 3.5 lengths, beating some really good dirt horses. And my best eval race we've rode as a jockey for at least the last 2 episodes. So that finally is a glimmer of some better things to come. I just need to say it out loud. No more mess ups, no more goofy things. There is the power to words. Maybe, maybe not. Anyways, flying home. She's going to try to follow that effort up. The grade 1 win of her own here in the London Crown Stakes running 8 furlongs. She should be the favorite. She's been on a roll. I don't know if she's Eastside Band level type, but she shows some promise in there. Statistically, no, she's not. Not even close. But performance-wise, she's one of those horses where you look at her, you're like, oh, she's not that great, but she's actually much better than what her sheet says. You know what I mean? So let's get it done. Just notice, I've been writing down the graded stakes levels of these races, like grade 1, grade 2, but not the races. I usually write down the race names in my notes. Fantastic, because sometimes if I want to, include that in the video title or do something else with it, I like to make sure I have it down. Oh well. Minor problems, nothing substantial. All right, let's get a win here with Flying Home. Out of the chute we come. Not the best start here for Flying Home. She goes on to try to just put herself a little bit more in the middle of the pack here. Gosh, I really hate these races that come straight out of the chute. I just don't like the timing of trying to find my spurt. I like being able to race around a turn, a couple turns, and know like, okay, where I'm supposed to go. I like benchmarks. This probably is more challenging, naturally. One of the more challenging things in this game that's not my personal cup of tea. Because there's nothing to it. I mean, it's fun in the essence that if it's like a really quick sprint, like 5 or 6 furlongs, it's like a drag race almost. That's the point, but I do like racing around multiple turns. I like being able to kind of change direction. I don't like just racing in one file line. Not in my games, at least. Okay. We gotta go now. Go, 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 go. Rebo! No Rebo, but we should be fine. Flying Home. You've been doing it your whole career. You gotta come home. You gotta bring it home, Flying Home. Trying with her desperately. I think she's just going to pull away. She's trying, holding on. Not going to overwhip. I'm doing one taps. And I guarantee you, I was so close to overwhipping. I felt it. I felt my thumb about to do it. I felt it about to tap the whip one more time. And I brought myself in. Not the shot I wanted. Not even close. Of course. But the win is what's more important. And finally, 2 back-to-back grade 1s. I have not done that in a while, which is a shame because it's actually what I'm usually used to doing. But been off my game. Well-deserved win there. Perfect eval. Another great back-to-back 11,000 point eval. And another great ride there from Flying Home. She gets it done and she makes it look easy. And that is going to be her second win at a mile. So congratulations to Flying Home as we move on to Cafe Bronco, who's basically co-favorites here with the 3-horse General Pleasure and Rolling Flight. This is 10 furlongs for the Paris Grand Prix. Let's take a look at Cafe Bronco. Pretty strong dude. Stamina's not ideal, but we can work around it. By Gentle House out of Tigris of Stone, the half-brother to Eastside Band. Same mother, different father. And, yeah. Cafe, I hope, continues to impress. Rolling Flight, what's great about you? You're literally like me, but maybe a little bit worse or a little bit better, depending on how you look at it. Like, to me, General Pleasure is stronger than Rolling Flight. I don't see the favoritism. I don't see the favoritism for you. You don't even have a great field rating. Your power's meh. We're faster. We're stronger. A little bit more to heart. I don't get it, but it's not for me to decide. It's just for me to win. And that's all I'm going to worry about. So after this, I probably won't be playing for like a couple of weeks because I think I'll have enough content for you guys between the next couple of videos. Which will give me more time to work on the website. I want it done before the end of the month. And there's still quite a bit of work I need to do. So I need more time for that. I like developing websites, but it's very time consuming. Even if you're working fast, like it's not fast. Like it's still going to take you days, more than likely. Unless you're just working nonstop on a project. And you have everything already set. But there are like templates and things that I still like to create myself in Photoshop. I have to get around to doing those, and then after I create those, I can put them in the website. You know what I mean? So like, there's multiple things I have to do to get everything working and whatnot. So I need a lot of time for that, and saving time from playing Gallop Racer in the 2-week span or whatever will allow me to do that. That way, by the time I come back to this game, the website will be ready, and we'll be on to, I think we'll be knee-deep into the summer tour of this year, because the 2-year-olds, our new 2-year-olds, will be hitting the track next month. We're in the month of June. They'll be hitting the track next month in July. So I figure that'll be a good time to really start the next season here for HRG, the second half of the season. Once the 2-year-olds come, I consider that like the halfway point of the season officially. Okay, not much I need to do with Cafe Bronco. I'm gonna let them overwork themselves. Okay, let's go. Ah, they're coming. They're coming. It might. Ah, did I go too soon? Did I run them too strong? Ran them too strong, and these other horses behind us are just going to have enough unless there's an ability coming. No ability. He can still hold on. Wait, he still might win. Oh, I don't know. That's too close. The other horse that I was worried about may have gotten us, and I think they did. I'd be surprised if we held on to this. Nope, General Pleasure. That was a horse I thought should have been the favorite, and ended up winning. Still a great run from Cafe Bronco. I think I pushed him a little bit too hard there. Obviously my fault. But, yeah, great run, great ride there. Not the best ride, I should say. In fact, I got him going way too soon. But we hit our goal. I'm okay. Yeah, Cafe Bronco has one grade 1 win at 7 furlongs, a grade 2, and then 2 grade 3. So, greatest stakes winner proven, but how good is he going to be? No idea. I don't think he's going to be as good as I initially thought, but I still think I'll be able to dial it in with him at some point. Rocky Hurricane up in the Pluto Stakes, 6 furlong sprint here, 5th favorite, competitive field of 12 horses. Honestly, 9 out of the 12 horses can win this race. This is like wide open. Even the favorite is not like the stone cold favorite. Here's Rocky Hurricane finally showing better form. No greatest stakes wins yet, though. In fact, he's still developing. He won't hit his peak until midway through his 4-year-old season. Power rating's awful. His stamina needs to be good. But this is my test race for him. If he can somehow finish better than 5th, I'll consider him for breeding, not because of the stats, but because of the pedigree and his consistency. But he has a lot to prove. He has a lot to prove. Right now, he's in the not breeding category, which is a shame. He's a project horse of mine, but hasn't worked out. So, and when I say worked out, I mean as far as his stats are concerned, they don't work out. So his merit on track alone is going to have to do the bidding for him. He's going to have to really have a good consistency of winning, not losing races, finishing higher than he should be. Those type of horses I can use for breeding. All right, let's see how he does. Good start. This is a song I have not heard that much. Probably because I haven't played Gallop Racer 8, aka Gallop Racer 2006 that much. I hate that they took out like the traditional season mode. Like why did who said that was a good idea in the company meeting? Yeah, this thing that's been in our game since like the first one, we should totally take it out for this one because that's what the gamers want, and that's what the community wants. Like, no, we like regular season modes where there's progression and months and championships, and not saying there isn't in Gallop Racer 2006, but you get my point. Oh, this might be game over for Rocky Hurricane here on the rest of the field. And this is what I mean. His stats are not great, but I've been doing this with him as of late. He's just we're in such a groove together. And Rocky Hurricane is going to sneak away and dominate and win this Pluto Stakes as the 5th best horse in the field, technically. He absolutely rocks and rolls there. Pluto Stakes, and that's his first graded stakes win ever. And it's at the grade 1 level. Let's go. What a win. 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 That's a 6 furlong sprint. Man, doesn't get better than that for Rocky Hurricane. 762 trifecta. All right, guys, we're back with London Gold Cup. 12 furlongs here. With Eastern Knife. There's nothing to say. Eastern Knife is a super good horse. And he pretty much wins everything you put him in as long as you run him right. You notice I do better with like the stronger horses, right? Which could be partially a skill issue. Or it could just be that I like racing with horses that I think fit my playing style a bit more from all categories. And that's a very finite window. Very specific finite window. I did take a little break. In fact, I took like an hour break in between the last race and this one. So Uh, yeah, I'm still in the game, but not as. Sometimes I feel like I'm screaming when I'm talking, even though that's not what I'm doing. But you get it, right? At least I hope you get it. You could be like, what is this guy talking about? So I suppose that's always a possibility. But anyways, um, I don't have any plans with Easter Knife. He's so good of a horse. Like I could try to win everything with him, but again, like that to me it's just time I don't need to waste doing that. I'd much rather focus on our original horses and get them titles and championships. Eastern Knife is a horse I can just win races with, win grade ones with for as long as possible, and whenever he gets a title, cool. You know, that's the thing. I'm going for like 30 wins minimum for Eastern Knife. Doesn't matter what graded stakes, doesn't matter if it's opens. Granted, he won't be in opens probably anymore, but you guys get it. So. Yeah. We we should expect great things from Eastern Knife when his time comes to serve as stud here for the HRG Farms, HRG Ranch. I change the name just depending on my mood. Like in certain games, I have my stable name as HRG Farms. Most games is actually HRG Ranch. But either way, we have farms on our ranch, or vice versa. But you guys get it. And fortunately, this dude can run anywhere that's not last or first. So to me, that gives you such flexibility. This is actually the leg type I prefer to have on my horses going forward. They can run as a procedure or they can run mid-pack. You know, they give you so much more leverage and leeway to kind of dictate where you want your horse depending on the pace, the conditions, the competition around you. I feel like it makes more sense to do that, but... that requires some meticulous breeding and a little bit of luck as well, because that's the thing. You can think you have the perfect combination in this game, and the game could totally give you a dud of a horse. Like, it's happened to all of us. When I say a dud of a horse, I just mean, like, yeah, maybe you got a bad horse, you probably reloaded your save until you got a good one. I've done that too. I hate doing it unless it's on Gallop Racer for the PC. Because I'm not playing... That's the only Gallop Racer game I play on emulator. Everything else I'm still playing traditionally on console. So, like, reloading your console saves, like, after doing a bunch of races, it's not practical, nor do I have the time, and nor do I want to. Like, if I lose a race, I lose a race. I'm just going to have to learn to be better and capitalize on my mistakes. But I'm not going to reload the game every time something doesn't go my way. That doesn't feel like immersive gaming. That feels like kind of throwing a fit, kind of being a poor sport about it and not wanting to accept that you're not going to win everything all the time. Nobody does. Not even the greatest. There were times in their lives where, you know, they didn't win necessarily, but it's not the point. It's not supposed to be the point. You're supposed to learn how to get back up and how to pick yourself up after you haven't exactly won. That's the real strength to me in life. Loses, I keep forgetting. So he doesn't like being out as far in front. But, like, my dude, you're like a super cracked horse, man. Like, it's kind of out of my control. You're too good. You need to, like, dial back your skill if you don't want to be that far ahead of the field. He's losing his ability to compete because he's destroying the horses too much. That sounds like a personal problem, bro. I mean... Like I said, what else can I say about Eastern Knife? The guy is super good. Terrible angle, who cares? Another grade 1 win, and that's at a long distance of 20 furlongs. Sets the record, wins by 13 lengths, no big deal. I mean, like, honestly, like, Eastern Knife is so good. This is another horse. I talked about, I think, Arctic Crop in the later stages of the last episode. Maybe this one. But this is another really good double S horse I don't see enough people talk about. Like, these are just easy horses that are available pretty early game for you, and it's like people talk about the horses you get way later, and it's like, I get that, but like, why not talk about the horses you can get on an early playthrough if you're restarting a save or you're starting a new one, which several people in the community do. So finally, we have concluded all of the racing here today, and a much, much better performance of a day here. Our worst result was third with Delta Dream. Otherwise, we finished first and second everywhere else. So, much, much better than on the last episode. Let's make sure I didn't lose anybody. Okay, Delta Dream, we'll be retiring him now. Let's get this done first, and then I'll put my horses and races off screen. And once we get back to the next episode, you guys will figure it out, because I don't think you'll care to see me take possibly 15 minutes to do this. A lot of horses. We just raced like 10, I think. So putting them into races and the right races, I do like to take my time with and not feel rushed, because you can't scratch your horses in this game. You can't cancel a race once you put them in it. So you have to take your time. So let's check out the report here for Delta. You see, I've just been running them in grade 3s. I was running them in grade 1s earlier this year. Huh. I didn't think I was still running him. No, that was the year before. I'm like, I was not running him in grade 1s this year. Anyway, sorry. 22 lifetime starts, 14 wins out of those 22 starts. 17 finishes in the top 3 of his 17 races. 11 grade 1s, he breaks double digits. Earnings, doesn't really matter. 3 titles, Horse of the Year, GWS Dirt, and Dirt Champion. That's all he needs. His turf rating was okay. I raced him on the turf. He was nowhere near as powerful as he was on the dirt. So, yeah, statistically, he did relatively average compared to most of our horses. But as far as a dirt only, I would say a dirt primary colt of mine, a Gallop Racer original. He's done well enough, and I think he'll be a great sire to give us more dirt horses. So, go ahead and retire Mr. Dream. Make sure he's registered as an original. And we'll have him replace whomever. I don't know. I'll figure it out once we go back there and see who I think's been around for a minute. Actually, I forgot. We'll see it right here. So Delta Dream will follow the last 4 entrants into the Hall of Fame, which consists of Solo Rider, our Colts, Frugal Lark, our filly, Vivid Eyes, another filly, and September Sky. So it's been a while since we've had a Colt in the Hall of Fame, but finally we get another one back in. We don't have a lot of original Colts. Now that I think about it, Moonbee was our first original Colt I put into the Hall of Fame for the Colts. So we have 1. Vivid Gemstone is 2. 3. Wow. Up until now, we've only had 3 original Colts in the Hall of Fame. Otherwise, lots of fillies. In fact, majority fillies. Chasing Hearts, filly. Butterfly Effect, filly. Toxic Blonde, filly, that's 3. Galaxy Star, 4. Cleopatra, 5. Vivid Eyes, 6. September Sky, 7. Yeah. The fillies, the original fillies double the amount of original Colts we have. But now we have 4. With Delta Dream, and I'll be replacing Forma Opera because he's been back here forever and we've gotten plenty of horses from him. I would love to keep Forma Opera around because I do think he's a good base, but we have to avoid inbreeding and we can't use the same sire as much as we have in the past. Stargazing will be replaced eventually. In fact, he'll go next. We've gotten plenty from him. Diamond Plan as well. In fact, I should replace Diamond Plan first. Yeah, Diamond Plan, then Forma Opera, then Stargazing. So goodbye, Diamond Plan. And hello, Delta Dream. I should have had Delta Dream technically replace his father. That's what I usually like to do, but he'll replace him soon enough. It's not a big deal. I mean, somebody will replace Forma Opera back there. I'm not sure who yet. Maybe Lockwood? I don't know how long I'm going to race Lockwood. I think he's still good for another year, maybe 2 years tops, but I ideally think I just want to win maybe another 4 or 5 grade 1s with him, and then he'll be done, if I can. Don't really have a long trajectory for Lockwood, not yet. That's what I'm thinking now, but nonetheless, Delta Dream's back there. Let's go ahead and check him out. And guys, after this week, the little ones, or the 2-year-olds, I should say, not the little ones, but the 2-year-olds that were little ones before, they'll be hitting the track in July for the first time. So Delta Dream, not bad. It actually comes back here with a decent stud fee, a lot higher than our others, which Kinky Light I retired early. Joker's Card just didn't achieve nearly half as much. Valley King, solid, still not as high because I didn't put him in as many big time races, but he won enough. Secret Ending, retired him quickly. Solo Rider, really surprised about that. Solo Rider won a lot. He's a Hall of Famer. Stargazing, he was decent enough. He won, I think, 10 to 11 grade 1s. A Formal Opera is a given. So yeah, not bad. 23K. I mean, that's. I think that diamond plan was only 21K. So that means as far as my studs, Delta Dream has had like the third highest, and I trust me, I'm well aware these numbers are low compared to where you can be. We still have a long way to go in that regards. But yeah, I know it's not completely a determining factor on how good or bad of a horse you get, but it certainly shows you the value. And Mr. Delta Dream by Formal Opera out of Pink Gemstone, who came from Arctic Crop out of Night Breeze. It's all guts, it's all heart in this pedigree, and I love that. So I'm going to be very, very selective when I use him for, siring, because we have to make sure we keep that strong. His stats aren't even that great looking at this. He has double S speed, so he's fast as heck. His stamina is at least respectable. Response and toughness, not ideal. Okay power rating. But yeah, his power rating is not great. He might be one of the fastest horses back here. Him, Secret Ending, and Formal Opera, the only double S horses. So at least we know we'll get some good, continue to get more good dirt horses from Delta going forward. But happy to have him back here. Had a solid career. He was a blast to work with at any level I raced him at. I really did enjoy Delta Dream. So quick look at the little ones again. It's been maybe 2 or 3 episodes. Nothing much. I'm not going to go into their individual profiles as much, but as you can see, everybody's still developing at 4 stars, except for Monarch here. I still have a feeling this horse is going to be better than what his profile says. Fourth generation colt. Still have high hopes for him. Good power rating. I just noticed 4-star power rating. Yeah, it's actually his highest among the other stats. He might have a later growth type. It would not surprise me at all. And then the yearlings, a couple 2-star developing. Social Lie, Secret Ending is Vaporwave here. Guitar Solo, Solo Rider and Cleopatra, head of the game. And last but not least, Galaxy Stars, baby. Stars aligned with Secret Ending, also at 2 stars. It's going to do it, though, for this episode. Appreciate you guys' love and support on the channel. Make sure you guys are keeping up with the Discord as far as any updates are concerned. Like I said, I will be introducing the website within the next couple of weeks. And I'll be updating that website pretty regularly, not like every day or even all the time. But when it's necessary to update it, I'll update it. Like as far as season mode is concerned, I'll update our ranking, show you our top 5 horses in our categories. That way you guys can keep up with our best horses in this playthrough, among many other things. But what I'm trying to say is, like, it's a website I'm going to constantly have to update as I'm making videos. So, that'll take some time, but not to the point where I won't be uploading. I'm just saying, like, if you see the website one day once I launch it and it looks different, maybe a couple weeks or a month later, like that's an intended thing. But I'll explain that in the next later video, probably the next one, but we'll see. Till then, hope you all have a great day, evening, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.
Welcome to Horse Racing Gamer, where champions are made.